Hello and welcome to another video from Cyberwise Angels. Have you ever wondered if your phone or computer has already been hacked? Well, this video is going to cover a few different ways to tell if your phone or PC has been compromised. We'll first talk about what can happen if an attacker manages to get into your device and the impact that could have. Then we'll go over some symptoms and finally a few ways that you can check to be sure. Alright, so there's a vast amount of things an attacker can do once they've got access. And I've written a few on the screen here, but ultimately their actions will emotionally hurt you or cost you money and time. Now, focusing on spyware, attackers will be looking to gain access to your keyboard so that they can see what you type, like usernames, passwords and personal information. They'll look for access to your microphone in a targeted attack to listen as though they were in the room themselves. They'll look for access to your camera to watch and publicly humiliate you. And lastly, they'll look for messages for anything which could hurt or humiliate you. Of course, there's more ways that spyware can use your device against you. I've only picked out 4 which are significant to me. So let's move on to some symptoms which will indicate that you have malicious software running on your PC or your phone. Your device might be heating up when you're not using it. Your CPU usage might be consistently high when you're not doing anything that'll cause it to be working so hard. There may be messages or calls sent from your accounts which you didn't send. You might be seeing more pop-up adverts than you normally see. Perhaps you might hear echoes or weird noises during your phone calls. Your device might be running out of battery much quicker than it used to, or maybe new apps have appeared which you did not download yourself. These things are only indicators though, and they don't mean anything for definite. So we've brought you 4 easy ways you can confirm if you've got something malicious on your device. First up, you can check the outside of your device. If you see any cables or other hardware that looks like it might be out of place, then it may be worth investigating further. If you do though, be safe and make sure everything is switched off at the plug. Next, you can monitor your internet usage. There are so many ways to do this, from using the Windows Task Manager or your phone settings to downloading an internet usage app. What you're looking for is an excess of internet being used whilst your device is inactive. The third method of checking is to have a look at the permissions each app has. You can do this in your phone settings. If you have an Android phone, it's worth checking your settings for device admin apps, which will show you which apps have admin rights to your phone. Hopefully though, you'll only see security providers within that folder. If you're using a Windows PC, you can also access apps within your settings. And if any of your apps have an excess of permissions, then you really want to look at removing them. Lastly, and ultimately, you can do a scan with your antivirus software, and it's even available for your phone. If you don't have it already, then you really should look at getting it, and lots of the most reputable providers offer free versions which will be adequate enough to scan your PC. Side note though, most security providers don't look for stalkerware, so I'll be making another video on this specifically. Thanks for watching, I hope you learned something and stay safe.